Welcome students in our SS session where we are studying about history, in which our second chapter is going on, which is rise of new kingdoms. So in this we have seen about the powers who were ruling in the North India. So in that we have seen about many of the powers who were ruling in North India. In previous video I have cleared to you about the Gurjara Pratihara dynasty. So the Gurjara Pratihara dynasty, the founder of Gurjara Pratihara dynasty was Nagabhatta first. With the Nagabhatta first, another powerful rulers were also there who were Bhoja, Vatsaraja, and during the period of Bhoja and Vatsaraja, they expanded the territories. They extended the territories. Lots of territories are controlled by the Nagabhatta as well as Bhoja, Vatsaraja, and the famous and powerful ruler from the Gurjara Pratihara dynasty was Raja Bhoj, who also issued silver coins on which the mark of Vara was, and with the identification of that Bhoja, he was also known as Adi Varaha. So about this we have seen in previous video. The information about the Gurjara Pratihara dynasty is mentioned in the book which is written by Al-Masudi. So many of the inscriptions are also available about this, about the trade relations, whose trade relations were with the Asian countries as well as Arabia, Asia as well as Arabia. So with them the trade relations were maintained by the Gurjara Pratihara, from where mostly the import of the horses were imported which were needed for the battle. So in this way we have seen about Gurjara Pratihara and one more dynasty which was ruling in North India, the continents of North India. So that is Palas. So Palas were also ruling in the part of North India. Mostly these Palas were ruling in Bengal, Haryana. So this eastern part of India was ruled by Palas, and the founder of Pala dynasty was Gopala. He was the founder in between or in 750 CE. Gopala, he founded the Pala dynasty. Palas, who were the next family or new generation of Arab trades. Some of Arab tribes were coming. During that period Arabs were coming. So these Gopalas as well as Rashtrakutas were the family or next generation or children of Arabs, and who were known as the Palas. So these Palas were ruling in the eastern part of North India, and in 750 they established their own kingdom in North India. The founder of Palas was Gopala. So Gopala was the founder of Pala dynasty. Not only Gopala, after Gopala some another important and powerful rulers were there from the Pala dynasty. So that were Dharmapala and Devpala. So one of unique feature was there about the Pala dynasty. So this Gopala, who was the founder of Pala dynasty, he was one of the unique feature about the Pala dynasty, that was this Pala dynasty. The ruler who was a ruler from the Pala dynasty was Gopala. So he was elected king. Gopala, he was a elected king. Nowadays we knows about the elections, and through the elections the peoples who are choosing their representatives. So like that only this Gopala was elected by the king. So this was the one of unique feature about the Pala dynasty. Another, all rulers were becoming the hereditary, but Gopala, who became the election, by the elections the peoples who were that during that period, so they elect him and he became the ruler. So this was the unique feature about the Pala dynasty. And then with the Gopala, Devpala, Dharampala were also the powerful ruler who expanded the territories who increased the territories. The kingdom was increased by Devpala as well as Dharampala. In that they were unable to control the area of Kannauj, where the Rashtrakutas were ruling, where the Gurjara Pratiharas were ruling. So this area was not able to control to the Gopalas, or as next Dharampala or Devpala. Though they extended the empire, but they were unable to control the part of Kannauj which was located in a Ganga valley, which was very fertile, which was very precious, which was giving the famous and symbol of power to the territories. But this area was not controlled to the Gopala dynasty. They were not able to control the Kannauj, this area, in their territories. But apart from that, many of another territories are controlled, are expanded, are gained, are conquered by the Pala dynasty, and the territories are, they control the Assam, Orissa and some of part of Nepal. Some part of Nepal, present Nepal. In previous time, this Nepal was included in our Indian subcontinent, but nowadays it is a separate country. And some of part of Nepal was also controlled by the Gopala dynasty, though they were unable to control the area of Kannauj. But in another side, they were perfectly increased their territories in the area of Assam, in the area of Orissa, as well as some part of Nepal. So these all territories were controlled by the Gopala. In this way, they were able to control lot of territories in a north part. And about this, we are getting all the information about this by the accounts of Tibetan accounts. Some of Tibetan travelers who were coming and visiting to the northern Indian part or northern Indian subcontinent during the Gopala dynasty, and that Tibetans, we have seen in a previous class about the monks, Tibetan monks who were coming, who were visiting to the different kingdoms, to the different rulers' court. So these Tibetans who came and who had written the accounts in which detailed information is mentioned about the Gopala dynasty. So this Tibetan accounts which are giving us detailed information about the Pala dynasty, in which the things are mentioned about the administration, about the trade relations, about the founder, and all the things in which they were the patrons of Buddhism. This thing is also mentioned, the Palas who were the patrons of Buddhism, Buddhist monk, Buddhist sages. These people were patrons by the Pala rulers. So this thing is especially mentioned, as well as they were the patrons of art and literature. Not only the Buddhism, they were the patrons of art and literature. So in this way, art and literature, the skills were also developed during the Pala dynasty. And one of famous university, which is Vikramshila University, which is in Bihar. Vikramshila University of Bihar, which is founded by the Dharampala. The next ruler, Dharampala, who was also powerful, who also expanded the territories, who also extended the territories, who was Dharampala. So one of important work which was done during the ruling period of Dharampala, that was he built the famous Vikramshila University of Bihar, where different education was given to the students, to the people who want to gain the knowledge. So this Vikramshila University of Bihar is constructed, is founded during the period of Dharampala. Dharampala, he had constructed the Vikramshila University of Bihar. In this way, this Dharampala, he was also patron he also giving support to the Nalanda University. Not only Vikramshila, so he was giving support to the construction of Nalanda University, which was also famous for the Buddhist education. So this way Dharampala, who extended the territories and who expanded the empire, whose trade relations are also better, whose trade links were also with the Southeast Asia, the part of Southeast Asia. So with the trade relations were good of Dharampala and the rulers who were from the Pala dynasty. And after that, after the Dharampala, the next successor, the next king from the Pala dynasty who were succeeded by the Sena dynasty. So the next king from the Pala dynasty, or they succeeded the empire, they succeeded the territories to the Sena dynasty in 12th CE. So from 750 CE to the 12 CE, during this period the Pala rulers were ruling in this continent, but afterwards they succeeded by the Sena dynasty. So after that the rulers from the Sena dynasty were ruling in that particular continent. But unfortunately this Sena dynasty is also defeated by the commander of Delhi Sultanate. The Sena dynasty, the rulers who were from the Sena dynasty, who were not able to control all the territories, they were not powerful. So as a result, the Sena dynasty is defeated by the commander of Delhi Sultanate. So in this way we have seen about the Pala dynasty and all dynasty which were ruling in northern part of India. So about this we have seen. Now in next video I am going to introduce about the powers who were in the Deccan. So which were the powers who were ruling in the Deccan. About this we will see in next video. Thank you.